So as you can see, has to be from 1 to 10, not 10 to 1, which is a that's a very long way of doing that, wasn't it? But yeah, I just wanted to check. Oh my god, what the fuck is happening in here? Again, what? I don't. Oh shit. My god!
I'm glad I spared Watson this horror.
Yeah.
This place conceals deeds far more sinister than the mere traffic in dangerous goods.
You know, if this is Watson, he'll be like, oh, Holmes, oh. I pass out. That is definitely how Watson would sound. That's exactly what he would say. Oh my god, oh, Holmes, I'm so faint. Oh, dear me. Watson.
The sawdust on this sword was recently disturbed. Someone was searching for something here.
Well, judging from this scene, he probably dropped his wallet on the floor. And he didn't find it. He searched this guy very thoroughly. Like, some may say too thoroughly.
These are the tools of a butcher.
You know.
This well must empty directly into an underground river.
You get crocodiles down there. Oh.
Who could have forgotten this?
Probably the guy who butchered somebody in him. It's the question how Sherlock learns to breathe when he asks the simplest of questions. Ah, Dr. Gygax's office. Of course it's down here with all of the murder. Wow. That's got a nice shag pad. Whoa, look at that carpet. Doesn't that carpet make you want to be sick? In fact, it looks like someone's already been sick all over it. I'm not gonna lie, my mother used to have one of these carpets. Instead of green, it was this disgusting red. Man, what the hell was that about in the 90s? We used to have all these ugly-ass fucking rugs. They had flower patterns on it. I remember I used to have this disgusting sofa. Or couch. And it was fucking vile. It was like white, and it had these ugly ass old flowers on it. And we used to have these what do you used to call them? They were like cloths that fit over the side or the arms of the sofa. Just on like the arm. They were I don't know what the hell they were, but they were fucking ugly as well. I don't know what I'm thinking about that. My God! If you didn't live in the the late 80s, the early 90s, you don't know what you missed.
I can pick this lock.
With the spoon?
This lock is too complex for this tool.
But you just said you could pick the lock. Use the key instead?
There's a small label that says classroom.
Oh. Oh my God. Ooh. Dear sir, first of all, I'd like to thank you for selecting our bank. Oh. In order to handle your transactions and account, the jewelers we contacted have made several offers which generously exceeded our experts' estimation of the value of the goods. It means that your expert's a twat and needs to be fired. Either that or he's trying to skim off the top. They also provide solid financial guarantee to back their bids. I thought they said birds then. To back their birds. The discretion of our associate is, as you know, proverbial, and nothing other than this document will reveal the true nature and extent of your transactions. Here is an accounting for each gem and the total sum collected on your behalf, less our commission. Wow. You will find that the monies... Wow, they spent monies wrong. Monies? Who uses the word monies? Is that right? You will find that the monies have been deposited in your account for your disposition. Your monies. It's such a... Can't say cash. Cash is a very modern word, isn't it? What else would you use other than monies? Why do you just put you'll find that the money has been deposited? That's what was throwing me. Why would... You know what, forget it. I'm going to dream about that and wake up screaming in the morning. Anyway, Jewel is a sewing carrot. Fucking hell. 400 FSR stylus, 8 carats, 500 SFR. I'm guessing 500 SFR is the currency. Yeah, apparently SFR is Swiss francs. Which will be euros now, wouldn't it? Which is candle out the term Swiss francs. Sounds cooler. So where's this guy getting all these gems from? 7 carat jewel. God knows what it is. 8 carat emerald, turquoise, an emerald again. It's got a 9 carat, 16 carat diamond. My days. God, how much would 2100 Swiss francs have been worth in the 1800s? Surely that's a small fortune. This guy is fucking loaded. I mean, God knows where he got these jewels from.
I can pick this lock.
Oh, I need the key, don't I? It's not that key. It's got all that money. Telegram from New Orleans. Complications, big delay, but goods will be ready on time. Need money because no more stones. A. I'm guessing the stones and money are the stones that I was mentioned in here.
A cable from New Orleans sent in the last few weeks. If the shipment of these goods from New Orleans relies upon a transfer of funds from Europe, it is possible the actual exchange won't take place for a few weeks. There may still be time to intervene.
Why would they be getting shit from New Orleans? I mean, where was that Amos guy from? Boston, Massachusetts. That's not in New Orleans. Amos employed in Europe as one of their operatives. The details of his last case were confidential. What are the odds that Amos was following something from New Orleans? I can't really remember what why would you go to New Orleans? I don't even remember going to New Orleans. Come on.
Closed. Tight.
Oh god, can I spoon my way in here? That's disgusting.
Closed.
Damn it! My spoon's not working. Ah. Oh.
The Worship of Ghouls by Count 𝘨𝘨𝘮. I do not think this book would give the reader pleasant dreams if reserved for bedtime reading.
I don't know. I mean, this guy's a sick son of a bitch. He probably gets off reading that kind of shit. Oh. Ah, here we go. Wolf.
This man seems to suffer from every possible mental affliction. Judging by the date of his admission, he must be one of the oldest patients here. The former hospital director researched his case and mentions Wolf's professor. Apparently, he was the only person of influence with the poor fellow. There is even a portrait of the late professor included in with the reports.
Who's the former hospital director? The guy before Gygax. What if Gygax killed him? That's Professor Schwartz. Wow, he looks like what's his brother name? The it's the beard. It'll come to me. Probably won't, but what's his brother name?
This is Professor Schwartz.
Oh, there's another drawer.
I need a name to continue my research.
Oh. So, I know that the classroom is... this one. Fashion... I don't know if that's a 3 or an S. No, that's an S. What the fuck does that mean? Zimmer? I don't know. I'm not even going to try and pronounce it. More embarrassing myself. Oh, here we go. This. Oh my god. Dr. Gygax, as your staff has informed me, you could not see me before my departure, and since you implied during our last meeting that my responsibilities at the Institute would be fulfilled by you, I believe it wise to leave you word here. Oh. My responsibilities will be fulfilled by you. This is from Professor Herzog. I'm wondering if this is the previous. Please understand that the mission entrusted to me by health authorities in this country is not taken lightly, and it's worth the investment? I'm guessing that's a V? I thought that was an R. And it's worth the investment they are making. And that is why I inquired into the personal files of every patient, their records, and asked for the specific reasons for your refusal to admit a certain patient to the class. So this is my first assignment. I believe that the initiaries were not dealt with appropriately, or in a way that similarly placed establishment would employ. Oh, I get it. I get what he's doing now. Great experiences will confirm if this is true. This is not the reason for my letter. Once again, I want to draw your attention to the anonymous patient whom you assigned to the laundry, for which I am gratified. 3 days ago, I was witness to yet another of his wonderful reawakenings. I was attempting to explain extreme basic concepts concerning gravity, when he answered my question by going to write on the board with his typical mechanical manner. Then without saying a word, and before I could stop him, he began writing a series of equations, greatly exceeded my own knowledge in this field. Oh, someone's a smart ass. I don't want to read all this. Based on the facts, I beg you to transfer him to the University Hospital. So they have a smart guy, and Gygax is just like, no, mate. So Herzog is I don't know who this.
Who is this anonymous patient? Perhaps there is a file on him, as with the other patients.
So Herzog was probably the teacher helping the patients. But then Gygax obviously decided to take over. This must be where he was indoctrinating the foreign people he stole. I'm guessing. And he's not letting some. Oh, fucking hell, that's a bit tiny. Look how short that bookshelf is. Yeah, there's a mysterious patient that's really smart. Oh god. Gygax's office. Question mark.
Ah, here's the file I was seeking. It can only be our mysterious patient. What a strange character.
Oh god, more bloody reading. Only one of the files found in the Institute's examination room is recent enough to be considered as dealing with the patient mentioned in Professor Herzog's letter. The file indicates the man was found in the riverbank and was almost dead. Oh god. He remained in the rescuer's town for several months. Unfortunately, he suffered from sudden and uncontrollable fits of anger and was placed in a local asylum. Because that's what every town has, just a local asylum. It's so weird. He showed no signs of improvement under their care and was consequently sent to the Black Eldervice. The patient is mute, suffers from after effects of a cranial fracture, including amnesia. Is capable of performing menial tasks and seems to have an extraordinary aptitude for lessons given here. How peculiar. How peculiar indeed. That doesn't really mean too much. Okay.
Oh my god.
Holy shit! Someone just dropped paint all over the bloody place. How clumsy of them. That's a weird colour for blood. Does that look red? To me, it looks purple. Got like a hint of like vibrant purple. You're telling me that nobody's noticed this? Is that looks like an obvious door. So Dr. Gygax has a torture chamber in his office. Hey, how did he get away with this?
I feel great pity for the patients who must have been tied to this machine.
You say that. So he must bring patients down here, do all these fucked up experiments on them, and then chuck them down that well after he's cut them up. Bloody hell.
The faint signs remaining on this blackboard are in phonetics. It appears that people were forced to recite some text with no real understanding of its meaning. It's a pity that the text was erased.
Okay, so what I was saying about that classroom is a load of bollocks. This is where he was taking the foreign people. Because the guy said that he kept repeating something over and over again, even though they weren't speaking the same language. In Gygax's workroom, found faint traces of phonetic inscriptions. It seems people were given this text to recite, most likely by force. The use of phonetics suggests these people were unfamiliar with the language and therefore also unable to grasp its meaning. Unfortunately, the doctor erased the writings after they had finished his lesson. Don't call it a lesson, mate. The exact wording and the text is not clear. This method of teaching the subjects is an unknown phase through forced memorization. Could also explain the horrific experiments performed on the brains of the talking birds who is capable of repeating. Who is capable of repeating better than a miner of birds? Hold on, he's been experimenting on birds as well. Holy, oh, he has! Wow. It's weird, I played this like last week and I've already forgotten all this scene. That poor bird.
These birds are from the aviary. They served a purpose beyond mere decoration.
Yeah, Gygax needs a fucking kick up the arse. What the hell is that? Why is this like random black wall? It looks like it should be like a secret room. It doesn't look like it. I'm sure you don't go in anywhere in there.
A notebook detailing the experiments conducted by Mr. Gygax.
The words of somebody needs to be really took our back in shot. Theory. By comparing the cerebrum... I really don't want to read this. It's depressing to read. He's talking about fiddling around in brains of burbs. If patients have to maintain and gradually parts of the cerebrum are removed, it should be possible to identify which human functions correspond to each distinct section of the cerebrum. It's the cerebrum? Therefore, this procedure would identify the sole cerebral functions that serve our experiments. Wow. So he's cutting people's heads open, and cutting out parts of their brains. Practice validates this theory. Unfortunately, the lack of collaboration by the subjects. Oh, I mean, I'm sure you have a line of people lining up outside your institution to have their heads opened up and have their brains removed, where they're most likely alive, because anesthesia and stuff like that didn't really exist in the 1800s, did it? It was still something that wasn't really available, not like it is nowadays. In fact, I wouldn't even know when the first like painkillers existed because of like opium and stuff and morphine. Or like putting someone in a medically induced, like, not coma, but you know when you go to sleep at the hospital, shit like it didn't really work, did it? It wasn't a thing. There was no anesthesia. There was no what's the term, anesthesiologist? I mean, I could be completely bullshitting, but I remember reading stuff about the kind of shit they did to poor people back in the 1800s, and it was just like, yeah. It would just kind of cut into your brain we're going to drill into your skull when you're alive, and yeah. It's not very nice. Don't ever read about... Yes, just don't read anything about the 1800s in medical terms. I mean, I guess in a way it's because of that we advanced to where we are today, but fucking hell. The cost of such stupid... It was like dumbass old men who were like, oh, I'm better than Dave. Watch me cut open this poor bastard's head and pull his brain out while he slowly suffers. Oh, I'm going on a tandem again, aren't I? I'm sorry. I get very touchy when it comes to stuff like this. It's a very sore subject for me to God. Yeah. Anyway, he's cutting people's heads open, taking parts of their brains. As you can see, I'm guessing when they failed and died, he threw them in the well. Because he's an asshole. That's all I came in here for. Like the Gygax incredibly depressing book.